and the court would need to decide. And in this case, they decided against him because apparently they believe that he didn't show.
Jordan Peterson is back in the show. We've talked about him before. And I think this time around, sad to say, but
let's face it, if they took care of business, I'd be out of business. You know what I mean?
well, the court of Ontario handled his business to the point, well, he lost the court case against the College of Psychologists, Psychos, which I don't know which one it is, but he took a loss. He took a loss over this one, guys. Let me share the article with you. Ontario courts rules against Jordan Peterson and upholds social media training order. We talked about this, to be exact. I had to go back, RJ.
Yeah.
I had to go back. How many months ago do you think we first dove into this topic?
I want to say 5 months ago, 6 months ago.
Wow. It's even more. I gotta zoom in. 7.
All right.
7 months ago, we talked about this case where basically they demanded a retraining for social media retraining. Imagine that. What is a social media retraining? According to the college, it was not saying stuff that allegedly they might not agree with. Be professional. Don't say anything. RJ, do you remember this case?
Yes, I do. And it seems like social media training is stay quiet. Don't run your mouth. It's something to me that is only happening because Jordan Peterson, in my opinion, is talking things that do not necessarily align with the 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 paradigm, the belief paradigm of colleges and schools in this particular time that we're living in. Because oftentimes what we see here, and we discuss it a lot, KR, is that do you see that the people will look at the someone that is saying things that align with the paradigm, or at least you can even take it with a news channel, right? So if there's a channel that's pro or against the topic, if you're on a pro channel and you're talking pro that topic, then it's great. Oh, you can talk reckless. No one, they will call you passionate. But if you talk the same way against the existing paradigm, then you will be regarded as a rebel and reckless and things of that nature. And it's no secret that Jordan Peterson is opposed to uh, the way of thinking, the way of thinking that, let's say, in general, universities in Canada have adopted. And actually, that was why he became big in the first place, because he went against them, but in a well-spoken manner. KR, they've tried to trap this man in countless of debates, but this man knows how to talk and knows how to debate. So you can't, corner him. But
he's not trapped.
What?
I was about to say he's not trapped in the R. Kelly song
Yeah.
in the closet.
Yeah. But in this case, when you go to court, unfortunately, unfortunately, it depends on how you look at it, of course. You you can talk very well, but on the other side of the courtroom, you also have people that can talk very well. Actually, people who have made it their profession to talk well, and then the court would need to decide. And in this case, they decided against him because apparently they believe that he was not sensitive, he didn't show compassion and sensitivity towards.
No, that's not what they think. Actually, what they actually said is we 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 agree with the college with regards to him not being professional. Professional up based on the rules of the college. Then the question is, what are the rules of the college? And Jordan points out, and we're gonna play a couple of videos about this fair use. Um, he points out that these rules have never been put on paper, black or white. So that means that, in a sense, a college could, according to Jordan Peterson, a college could create any rule off the cuff and say you're not abiding by it. Please, if you don't do this, so the retraining, you might lose your license, which is, gotta ask yourself. I mean, it makes sense if it's written down, but if it's not, then everyone can be a target. And the thing I think, which is, and I'm gonna play this video, his response to this, real quick in a second. I think one thing I've when I was reading about this and also the outcome of the court case, I think your Ontario court / Canadian court is setting a really weird precedent. Because if a professional cannot say anything, because he also criticizes Justin Trudeau. If a professional, but that's one of the points in his case. If you cannot criticize anyone that's in place, that would mean that anyone who's a professional cannot say anything, because then you can be fired or, in this case, asked to retrain and pay for your own retraining up until they agree that you have been retrained. So you could be doing a retraining for 10 years, paying it out of your own pocket, and without them ever saying you've been retrained. It's like retraining of the brain. That's almost impossible. That would mean a lot about how everything will continue to progress or degress in Canada, depending on how you look at this.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Yes.
I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know.
So it seems weird to me if what Jordan Peterson is saying, that the rules weren't on the if they weren't written down on paper. I mean, of course, that's his point of view. I don't know if they, for example, they send a video out with the information, but let's
And then
say,
maybe it's not clearly defined. That's what it
yeah,
means.
but it's so that's very important when you are uh, claiming something as an organization. So you're claiming that there's a policy, etc. As a lawyer, I can tell you that you need to have it written down on paper, or at least, let me put it this way: it needs to be, the rules or what you expect need to be clear for the subjects that would need to comply with these rules. So in this case, the professors, for example. So it has to be clear. Why does it have to be clear? Because you need to have legal certainty. Everyone needs to. It's in the interest of a state, in the interest of an organization, to maintain peace. And how do you maintain peace? One of the ways to maintain peace is to have legal certainty. That is to say, it needs to be clear what the rules are and what the consequences are for violating those rules. And of course, when a rule is violated, you have to enforce it as well. Now, it's a bit weird if I have to believe what Jordan Peterson is saying, that the rules weren't written down. So basically, they just invented the rules. Is what he's basically saying. Then I find it weird that the judge would side with the school. I don't have all the facts and circumstances of the cases, but it's weird.